providing you with all the data in regard with all the practice material, all notes shall be provided. But for that you have to add yourself on WhatsApp group. I guess there are Mr. Shahriar, you are not on WhatsApp group, so I would request you to please send me a text message so that I can add you on the WhatsApp as well. Because all those notes that right now I'm sharing my screen of those notes, all those notes shall be used, uh, shall be given by, or maybe given by the WhatsApp channel. Chale. Now let us start what we talked about, or what are we about to discuss in today's class. So in today's class, okay, so J7 Pro and GTEL, can you please let me know your names so that I can take your attendance, because your attendance is compulsory. Uh, can you please let me know your names, please? Okay, so let's move forward. आप मुझे अपना नाम बता दीजिएगा प्लीज, जो जो बैठे हुए, so that मैं आपको आपके नाम से पहचानूं. ठीक है? I guess you have got some very good names. Okay, so okay, so let's move forward. एक minute. So let us move forward. चलें. So what we talked about, or what we were talking about in the last class, we have discussed about strategy. We have discussed about strategy. I told you that there are total 9 chapters that we will be discussing. The entire SBL syllabus is divided into 2 different parts. That is the technical area and the professional area. So the technical area constitutes the 80%. We were discussing about strategy. Am I audible to every one of you? I guess there were some connection issues. So am I audible to everyone? Please let me know for the last time so that I can start my class. Yes. Is there any audibility issue right now? Or everything is perfect? Ji, you guys can use chat option to communicate with me. Is there any audibility issue, or are we going perfect? बच्चों, क्या मैं audible हूँ आपको? It's okay now. Okay, perfect. So let us start with strategy. Now, what do you mean by strategy? The first thing that you need to know is strategic business leader. You guys are becoming strategic business leader. ठीक है? आप लोग जो हैं, आप लोग बनने जा रहे हैं strategic business leader. Now, what do you mean by strategic business leader? Strategic business leader का मतलब है, you guys are not, you guys are basically not about to become accountants. You are not right now. We are not studying about auditing. We are not studying about accounting. We basically are studying about the leadership paper, how to become a leader. See, a good businessman should be a good leader. In fact, a good manager should be a good leader. Now remember one thing, SBL examination can never ever be learned, can never ever be learned through recorded lecture. Okay. Give me a second. Give me a second fixing it. Is it good now? Okay. Acha, one more thing. I guess now it's good. So let's move forward. So strategy. Basically, strategy is all about how you build up a particular organization. Acha, what are your viewpoints about strategy? Can you guys tell me what are your viewpoints about strategy? Yes. Please let me know what strategy is all about. What do you think strategy का क्या मतलब होता है? What do you mean by strategy? I'm repeating it once again. Beta, until unless you guys don't interact with me, there will be no maza in this class. There will be no fun in this class. So in order to make it fun, in order to make it good for both the sides, you have to interact. I need to get the both side interaction. I need to communicate from the both sides. So strategy to accomplish future goals. Very good. Strategy means to accomplish future goals. Plan of action. Strategy is a plan of action. Okay. So achieve objectives of an organization. Sir, by strategy, we mean that we are about to achieve the objective of an organization. Perfect. Very good. Very good. So strategy is something in which we are achieving the goals of an organization. Strategy is something in which we are basically planning out the action. Acha. One more thing. Again, there are very few students who are connected with me through WhatsApp. This is the last demo class that you guys can take, or I'm uploading no more demo classes on my group or WhatsApp group. So what you need to do is you need to send me your number through WhatsApp. You have to send me a message on WhatsApp so that I can add you on the group, and further communication of all the classes will be held through that WhatsApp group. I have written that number at the start of my class, and I'll be writing that number at the end of the class as well. So make sure that you give me a text before entering, or in order to enter into these classes. In order to take these classes for September 2020 attempt SBL, you need to give me a text on my WhatsApp so that I can add you on the WhatsApp group, and all notes, all communication may be shared through that particular WhatsApp group. I hope so it's clear for every one of you. So strategy. Now look at this diagrammatic illustration about strategy. It looks so good. This is a particular, there's a person, he's in a three-piece suit. Basically, he's a businessman. It seems to be a businessman. What he's trying to do is he's trying to connect the different prospects or the different opportunities, threats of an organization in order to get a fruitful result from the organization's perspective. What he is doing is he's trying to connect the different aspects of the organization in order to get the fruitful result from the organization. So he's connecting different pros, different cons of the organization to get a fruitful result. So, so this means that strategy is something which basically helps us in getting the fruitful result. So vision. Now, what is your general understanding about vision of an organization? What do you mean by vision of an organization? What is the vision, or what is the difference between what basically is strategic intent? You call vision as a strategic intent. So what is your general understanding about vision? Yes, please let me know. There are many participants right now. What is your general understanding about vision? What it basically is vision? Yes. What we want in the future. Perfect. What we want in the future. Is this inclined, or is this in line with the strategic intent? Yes. Vision is forecasting of the future goals. Okay. So vision means you are trying to forecast the future goals, or you are trying to forecast what will happen in the future. Perfect. So let's move forward and let's see what vision is all about. So vision means vision can also be said as strategic intent. Acha, resuming my class in 1 minute. I guess there's azan going on right now. So let's wait for 1 minute. So we were talking about vision. Vision means vision. Either you can call it vision, or you can call it strategic intent. You may call it as vision, or you may call it as strategic intent. What do you mean by strategic intent, or what do you mean by vision? Vision is the desire, future state of an organization wishes to see itself Vision is achieved through mission. Now, where does the organization want itself in the futuristic date? Where does the organization want itself in future? Let's see, let's suppose after 5 years, where does the organization sees itself? Where is the organization standing after 5 years? This is basically the meaning of vision. Now, vision is achieved through the help of mission. Vision can never be a standalone strategy. It is achieved with the help of mission. Now, let us see, because obviously we are talking about organization. So let us see what is the vision of Unilevers. What do you mean by Unilevers, or what is the vision of Unilevers? So let us see. What is not that important? Not that it is not that much important. बेटा क्या चीज? What is not that much important? So vision, our vision. Let us see what Unilever vision is all about. Our vision is to double the size to our business. Vision क्या है? इसका vision ये है that he is trying to say that our vision is to double the size of the business. We are trying to double the size of the business. यार क्यों नहीं ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा? Beta, I guess there is an internet connection issue from your side, because my audibility is clear. Sharian, you may see your internet connection. So let's move forward. Our vision is to double the size of our business while reducing our environmental footprints. Obviously, a particular company, while working in while working in an environment, they are polluting the environment. They are basically creating pollution. So the Unilevers of Pakistan or Unilever of any other country, it is trying to say that our vision is to double the size of our business while reducing our environmental footprints and increasing our positive social impact. We are basically increasing. What is your name, beta? Let me know. Come with your name. Okay? Galaxy J7 Pro, please come with your name. So our vision is to double the size of our business while reducing our environmental footprint and increasing our positive social impact. What we need to do is we need to increase the positive social impact. What we need to do is we need to increase the positive social impact so that we can basically create an environment in which we double the size of the. We are basically trying to increase the market share of an organization. Unilever is saying that we want to increase the market share of an organization. We want to increase the market share of our organization. And this is where we want to see ourselves in future. Please pass me that mobile. This is there in which we want to see ourselves in future. Acha Shariar, I guess your audio is not right now connected. If you can hear me. Shariar, your audio is not connected. Okay, so moving forward. SBL, beta, SBL. Okay, so moving forward, now we know what mission is all about. Now we are moving towards vision. Oh, sorry. Now we are moving towards, we know what vision is all about. Now we are moving towards the mission. So what do you understand by the word mission? Mission is organization's of overriding purpose of existence and reflects a shareholder's expectation from the business. So mission is something which reflects the shareholders' expectation, stakeholders' expectation, stakeholders' wider's expectation. Now, stakeholders. What do you mean by stakeholders, sir? There is not only the stakeholders. Not only include the shareholders. There are many other stakeholders as well. For example, we have shareholders in them. We have, let's suppose, the government as the stakeholder. We have, let's suppose, the environment as our stakeholders. There are many stakeholders who are included within the organization for a longer term. So mission is for a longer term. Vision is where does the organization sees itself in the futuristic approach. Mission is organization overriding purpose of existence and reflect the stakeholders' expectation from the business. It deals with the question, why do we exist? Now, you guys also need to ask yourself, why do you exist? Why are you studying this paper? Or why do you want to study this paper? So mission is all about your stakeholders' expectation. Why do we exist? We exist to provide a beautiful, we exist to fulfill the need of our stakeholders. Firstly, Unilever आपसे बात कर रहा है. Unilever is saying that we exist to fulfill the need of the stakeholders. We exist to fulfill the requirement of our shareholders. We exist to increase the wealth of our shareholders. We exist to increase the wealth of the government. We exist to provide taxation to the government. So why does the Unilever exist within the stipulated provided environment? The answer to this question is because we need to fulfill our mission. We need to fulfill our vision. So this is the basic meaning of mission and vision. Now, to live better. Perfect. So what we can say is, so vision is all about where does the organization sees itself in the near future, and mission is why does the organization came into existence. Core values. Now, why does the organization came into existence is can be subcategorized into core values. Core values define how the organization wishes to operate and guides the organization's action. That is the principle, for example, includes integrity, equal opportunity employers, and diversity. What are the core values? What are the critical success factors of an organization? What are those factors on the basis of which an organization generally classify itself as one of the most prominent organization within the given economic environment? So the basic theme about the core value is that it defines how the organization wishes to operate. It guides the organization action. That is the principle, the basic principles of an organization. What are the basic principles? What are the core values that we are operating with? So integrity, the most important element that an organization while starting its operation should keep in mind is the integrity along with the honesty or the probity. Equal opportunity, we are an equal opportunity employer. Most of the time while seeing the advertisement of, let's suppose, the job advertisement of different organizations, you generally say that we are an equal opportunity employer. Along with the diversity and equal opportunity are two different aspects, and generally people consider it to be the same. Diversity means that you are bringing employee into your organization from a diverse labor force. You are bringing your different types of employees within your organization, from different color, from different caste, from different creed, from different gender, from different environment, with different technicalities, with different education. So what are the core values of an organization? These may include the integrity, these may include the equal opportunity, or may include the employer's diversity, etc. How diverse an employer is, what are the equal opportunities for an employer, and अच्छा यार guys, आप please अपना camera off रखें so that only I am visible to you all. So it's a request कि आप please अपना camera off रखें. So it includes the integrity, equal opportunity, and diversity. Core values should be explicitly stated either within the mission statement or through a separate subsidiary statement. Now remember one thing. The organization should let people know about the core values of an organization. The organization should announce the core values. What are your perspective about the environment? You should announce the core values that you think are the most important one for the organization. So you should announce those core values. How should we announce those core values? Either by using the mission statement or by giving a subsidiary statement. It's up to you. But you should make a great announcement that how our organization feel about integrity. What are the ethical considerations of an organization? What equal opportunities, how equal opportunities are being provided by us within an organization, and what do you mean by diversity? So these organizational elements should announce it well versed. Now core values should be explicitly stated either within the mission statement or through a separate subsidiary statement, whatever suits your requirement. So let us see the mission statement of Unilever. The mission statement of Unilever should reflect Why does Unilever exist in this goddamn world? Why does Unilever exist in this world? The statement of Unilever, the mission statement of Unilever should be explicitly saying this. Unilever mission or the value or the reason for existence is to add vitality of life. Normally, because Unilever is providing items that are generally used for the home consumption or for general consumption. We meet everyday need for nutrition. See, Unilever normally provide food items, food stuff. For example, Nesfruta, Nestle's juices, they provide healthy products. So Unilever is saying we exist. Unilever mission statement should state, why do we exist? Unilever is saying we exist to add vitality to life. We meet everyday need for nutrition. We meet everyday need for hygiene, and we meet everyday need for personal care with brands that help people to feel good. You feel good while drinking that Nestle juice, or you feel good while having those Unilever products. So look good and get more out of life. So you should look good, you should look healthy, or get more out of life. You need to have more and more things in order to get more out of life. So these are the reasons why Unilever exists in this world, or why Unilever is providing you certain good aspects of for the organizational viewpoint. Moving forward, now we have studied about two different aspects or two different concepts. The first one is the vision statement, and by vision statement, it was also known as the strategic intent. Vision statement said, where do you want to see yourself in future? So Unilever said that we want to double our size in future. Now, moving forward, what do you mean by mission statement? Mission statement stated what is the reason of our existence. So Unilever said our reason of existence is to provide a brand quality, is to care about our organization, is to care about our human health, is to provide a hygienic food stuff, is to provide nutritious food stuff, and so on and so forth. So these are the things that are included in the mission statement of a particular Unilever company. Now moving forward, what do you mean by goals? What is the basic meaning of goals? So goals are similar targets to achieve the mission. Goals are generally qualitative in nature. For example, increase in sales, reducing of cost, increasing customer satisfaction, new products, etc. देखो, goals are basically the qualitative element of an organization. Goals are not the quantitative. Goals are qualitative. For example, Sir Bilal, it's my goal to do my hard work and to clear this paper. How much hard work will you be doing? 1 kg, 1 dozen? How much hard work will you be doing? I cannot justify this answer. So goals are those factors that are qualitative in nature. They are basically the qualitative factors. So what is he stating? Goals are generally the qualitative factors. Okay, so goals are smaller target to achieve the mission. Goals are generally qualitative in nature. For example, increase in sales, reduction of cost, increase in customer satisfaction. How satisfied the customer is. For example, a company is asking, "Are you satisfied?" The customer says, "Highly satisfied." The customer is not saying, "I am satisfied up to the extent of 2 dozen. I am satisfied up to the extent of 5 kg." Customer cannot quantify the level of satisfaction in numeric term. Customer cannot quantify it. Customer is just providing an element. Okay, qualitative approach. Okay, I'm satisfied. I like your product and I'm highly satisfied, and I'll be a loyal customer because your product are hygienic or nutritious, so I'll be using it. So these are the goals. So beta, we have studied three different concepts up till now, that is vision, mission, and goals. Now coming towards the fourth one, objectives. Objectives are quantifiable elements which you can quantify in numeric terms. So objective are those elements that are quantifiable. Objectives are those elements that are available in quantity, that are available in the quantifiable terms, that you can basically quantify, that you can basically tell in the form of numeric terms. So objective are more specific targets to achieve the mission, that is quantitative in nature. Objectives are quantitative in nature. You can classify the objectives in the terms of numbers. You can classify the objective in the terms of numbers. So objective should be smart. Now, what do you mean by smart? Objectives need to be smart. Smart means, now remember this it's an acronym. Remember this. Smart means for S, it basically means specific. Your objective should be specific. Your objective should be measurable. Your objective should be achievable. Your objective should be time result oriented, and your objective should be time bound. For example, increase in sales quantity by 10% or reduce in production cost by 5% per, per annum. Now, so how should our objective be smart? What do you mean by smart? Specific. For example, let's start making objective. It's our objective that in next 6 months our sales shall increase as compared to the previous 6 months. In next 6 months our sales shall increase by 10%. It's a very specific objective that I have created. Measurable. Okay, now let us see the objective that we have measured. Okay, if we are increasing, now I'm revising, or I'm making a strategy, I'm making an objective in my mind of my particular company. Let's suppose my company name is A or SBH. My name is SBH, so Sheikh Bilal Haque. So my company name is SBH, and SBH is trying to identify or trying to increase, trying to make an objective for the sale. So our objective is to increase the sales by 10%. Now, what will happen if I increase my sales by 10%? If you increase by sales by 10%, your sales will increase to 1.2 million rupees. So it's measurable. You can measure in numeric term, you can measure in the amount terms. Now, your objective should be achievable. Don't say in next 6 months we will be able to achieve 200% of our previous 6 months sales. It is not humanly possible. Sales gradually increase either by advertisement, quality, marketing stunt, or so on and so forth. Make sure that your objectives that you have created, they are measurable. They are those objectives that are measurable. So make sure that they are measurable, achievable, and result oriented. Result oriented. You are not talking about something which is not result oriented. Your objective should be very precise. Your objective to be should be very to the point, and they should be result oriented. And plus, time bound objective. They should have a deadline. For example, okay, we have to increase our sales. Till when? I don't know. I'm not giving you a deadline. Till when we have to increase our sales, but I'm telling you one thing. I'm letting you guys know one thing. We have to increase our sales. Now, I don't know whether we have to increase our sales in next 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 1,000 years, billion years. What time should I take to increase my sale by 10%? There should be a time limit. There should be a deadline. And after the deadline, the management should make each and every person sit together. The management should make each and every person sit together and should try to find out, are we able to achieve our objectives, or we failed in achieving our objective. So it can be two way around. No? Either we have achieved our objective or we failed to achieve our objective. So anything can happen. So for example, increase in sales by 10%, reduction of the cost by 5%, so on and so forth. All these things are basically helping you in achieving your objective. So goals and objectives are smart. So goals and objectives are smart. Goals and objectives are developed at high level, then filtered down to the divisions, departments, and functions till it reaches down to an individual work target. The cascading concept known as management by objective. Now, let me show you something. See, what you need to do is, let us define how goals and missions are basically being made. Basically, how goals and objectives are being drafted. And once you start drafting those goals and objectives, what is the hierarchical order, or what is the hierarchical strategy that is not normally being followed in order to fulfill these goals and objectives? So let us see. Okay. So first of all, what we need to do is, we need to make our, what we are trying to do is, we are trying to make goals and objective. See, these goals and objectives are drafted by then they are communicated to, they are drafted by, and then they are communicated to managers and supervisors, and lastly they are, these goals and objective are designated to the lower level or and they help us in achieving. Now remember the one thing, these goals and objectives should be in line with our overall aim of the organization. So these goals, these objectives should be in line with the overall aim of the organization. So let me repeat it. What you guys do is you start copying as well, so that you have each and everything written in your notebook. So let me repeat. So what we do first is we draft our goals. And these goals and objectives are there to be drafted. We first try drafting our goals by who is basically drafting these goals, by the head or management of the organization. Then these goals that are being drafted by the head or the management, or remember one thing, these goals should be in line with the overall aim of the organization. Once they are drafted, it is well communicated to the managers and supervisors. Once it is forwarded to the managers and supervisors, now the goals are designated to the operational or lower level staff. Uh, now it is being operated or communicated to the lower level staff. Now these lower level staff or designated staff, along with their job descriptions provided, they try achieving these goals. They try to achieve these goals in the proper and the prominent manner. So this is the way in which how the strategy is being built, or mission, these goals and objectives are being made. I hope so you must have copied it. Moving forward. Okay, so moving forward, let's see. Okay, so objective should be smart. Management by objective was given by Peter Drucker. Okay, management by objectives was given by Peter Drucker. This particular strategy of drafting goals, firstly for drafting goals, and then communicating it to the managerial level staff or the operational level staff or the supervisory level staff, and then forwarding these goals to the lower level staff was basically made by, or was given the name of, management by objective. And this management by objective concept is being given by Mr. Peter Drucker. Are we clear up to this point? Are we clear up to this point? Okay, so let's move forward. Perfect. So this means, okay, strategies are developed. So now what strategy is? So strategies are developed in order to achieve the goals, objective, and hence the mission of the organization. What we studied in the previous part was vision. So vision was all about where does the organization want to see itself in the future. Mission was all about why is the organization in existence. Goals were the qualitative factors that we want to achieve. Objectives were the quantitative factors that we are about to achieve. Now, in order to achieve goals and objectives as well as the mission, we were focusing on management by objective. In order to achieve the goals, what's going on? In order to achieve the goals, objective, and the mission of an organization, you need to draft a strategy. You need to draft a strategy. So basically, what I can say is that strategy is a composition of, It's a composition of goals, objectives, and mission. Strategy is the combination of goals, objectives, and mission. So क्या कहता है यहाँ पे देखते हैं हम. Let's move forward. Strategies are developed in order to achieve the goals, objective, and hence the mission of an organization. Strategic management. Now, what you need to learn or what you need to understand is strategic management. How to identify the strategy. Firstly, identifying what your goals are, what your objectives are, what your mission statement is, and now to put it in a management structure where we can basically create some strategy in order to implement, in order to achieve, and in order to monitor them closely. Now, let's see how an organization manages its strategy, that is creating the strategy, implementing them, monitoring them, revising them, and if strategies are not getting the desired result. See, what your objective should be. Your objective should be to create strategy. Now, how to create strategy? For example, you have created a strategy that, okay, now we will be doing mass marketing or we will be doing market segmentation, and with segmentation, it will be we'll be in a better position to basically create a good strategy or to create a strategy which is prominent for or which is in line with the futuristic goal of an organization. So first we have created the strategy. For that strategy, I've decided to put in an amount of 1.2 million rupees for the marketing perspective. I'll be doing mass marketing. I'll be catering each and every part of the world, and I have invested 1.2 million rupees in order to increase or in order to launch my particular product, and in order to make that particular product the word of mouth of every single customer that lives in this world. Moving forward, you have made this strategy. Now you need to monitor the strategy. Okay, so where this amount should be invested, what should be the prospect of investing this amount, how should we take into account the strategic development, where to invest this amount, all these things should be monitored. Not only the strategic making is important, but monitoring of strategy is also equally important. So you need to monitor the strategy, you need to implement the strategy, and after monitoring, after implementing in this strategy, now you need to see the end result. Okay, so it was anticipated that if I do a marketing of 1.2 million rupees, I'll be able to generate sales of 12.4 million rupees. Let's suppose I'm just creating a hypotenuse situation in which I've decided, okay, so I'll be doing marketing stunt of 1.2 million. I'll be going for mass marketing. I'll be doing market segmentation. I'll be catering each and every part of the world. After doing so, what I decided, what my anticipation, what my budgeting said, anticipation of my budgetary element said that, okay, I'll be able to generate a revenue of 12.4 million rupees. After doing extensive marketing, I got to know that the end result was just after putting, let's suppose, 0.6 million, 6 million rupees. After putting 0.6 million rupees, the end result was not even up to the extent of investment that I've done. So this means that I need to revise my strategy. I need to change my strategy. The strategy isn't working for my, let's suppose, my perspective or what I thought that this strategy would work. I don't think so. This strategy is working right now. So what we need to do, we need to go for a plan B, or we need to change our strategy. So this is basically the strategic management. This is how you manage your strategy. This is how you implement your strategy. Moving forward. So up till now, what we have done, I keep on revising again and again so that you can grasp the concept, and you can basically, after hearing it for so many times, you basically you'll be in a position of getting the concept into your heads. So first of all, what we studied about is we studied about the we studied about vision, we studied about mission, we studied about goals, we studied about objective. So vision was where we want to see our organization in near future. Mission is what is the reason of our existence. Goals were the qualitative factors of our organization. Objectives are the quantifiable, quantitative elements that are there in nature. Objectives and goals should be smart enough. Goals and objective, in order to achieve, it's being taken into account by a particular concept that has been given by Peter Drucker, that is management by objective. After achieving the management through management by objectives, through Peter Drucker's strategy, after achieving the goals and after achieving the objectives, We are about to build up a strategy. The strategy is a composition of goals, mission, and objective. After combining the goals, after combining the mission, after combining the vision, we are about to make a strategy for an organization. Now I made a strategy. I'm about to implement those strategy. Firstly, I have to make that strategy. First step, making the strategy. Second step, implementing that strategy. Third step, monitoring the strategy. After monitoring the strategy, there are further two steps. What these two steps are: the strategy is fruitful or the strategy is a failure. The strategy is fruitful or the strategy is a failure. No sir, the strategy is fruitful. This means that okay, now we have reached to our desired result. No sir, the strategy is a complete failure. We have not reached our desired result. We need to go for plan B. We are changing our strategy. So this is strategic management. Are we clear? Do we get each and everything that I'm trying to explain? Yes. Can you please let me know? Are we clear on this? Okay. Perfect. Moving forward. Business organization. Now, what do you mean by business organization? Now, what basically is business organization? So, see, you guys must have heard about a concept of synergy. What do you mean by concept of synergy? What is synergy? Yes. Can anyone tell me what synergy means? Normally, we use with the organization's perspective. What is the basic meaning of synergy? 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Perfect. 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. So this means that synergy means something which is contrary to maths, right? Whenever I go and teach my younger brother and I tell him 2 plus 2 is equal to 5, so he normally tells me, are you in your senses? But for organization's perspective, I can say, yes, 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Because let me show you what synergy basically means. Now let's suppose if I'm about to make okay, so I'm about to make the concept of synergy. There is a person whose name is Mr. A, and Mr. A is investing his finance in a particular business. Mr. B in this particular business, and I don't know what this business is all about, but Mr. A is investing his finance in this business. Okay, so the second thing is, then comes Mr. B. Mr. B is investing his skills in this business. Then comes Mr. C. Mr. C is investing his time, and Mr. D is investing his knowledge. Now there comes a person like me. There's a person like me who is seeing this organization. Now this organization name is, let's suppose I'm standing outside Unilevers. It is basically a dream of every person to work in this organization. Hell lot of experience, perfect corporate environment, and so on and so forth. So if you are a part of Unilever, you are basically working in somewhere which is one of the most perfect organizations of the world. So let's see. Now there's a person like me who's standing outside Unilever and he's seeing the board of Unilever. And while seeing the board of Unilever or while seeing this organization, I'm thinking about this particular Unilever. So what I can depict or what I can conclude is this Unilever is, now I'm thinking and I'm talking to my friend and I'm telling my friend, okay, this Unilever is basically a combination of Mr. A's finance, combination of Mr. B's skills, Mr. C's time, and Mr. D's knowledge. This means that this Unilever is the combination of four persons. So what I told my friend is that there are four different persons with four different expertise. But you know what? There is a separate entity whose name is Unilever, who is not a living being, but is a combination of all the four different persons who are there within this organization. So the most powerful element and the most powerful person If I see this Unilever, if I see this particular organization, the most powerful element that I can see right now is in the form of Unilever, who is the combination of Mr. A's finance, Mr. B's skills, Mr. C's time, and Mr. D's knowledge. It's a combination of all the four-person skills, knowledge, time, and resources. So 2 plus 2%, if they combine together, they make the fifth person, that is Unilever. And this Unilever is the combination of all the four-person skills, resources, knowledge, and time. Ultimately, the strongest of all, not a living human being, but can come into contact with every single living being person. So this is the concept of synergy that is basically being told by the. Okay, so moving forward, let's see what further the organization, the business organization, has to tell us about all about. So the business organization states, Acha, I request you to please switch off your camera so that you can only see me, so that there is no distortion. Please switch off the camera. The person was the person with Galaxy A10. Please switch off your camera. Okay. So moving forward, the business organization. Now, what do you mean by business organization, or what business organization basically is all about? So let us see. Now remember one thing, organization. What do you mean by organization? Organization is a social arrangement for the controlled performance of collective goals. Organization is the social arrangement for the controlled performance of collective goals, or a place where different people work together for the achievement of common goals. Organization is a place where different group of people work together for the achievement of common goals. For the achievement of common goals. So let us see. A place where different group of people work together for the achievement of common goals, or organization is a social arrangement for the controlled performance of collective goals. So how many type of organization do we have? Examples of an organization. Achha, now, if we look at the definition of an organization, we can clearly say that organization is a social arrangement for the controlled performance of collective goals. This means there is no element of profitability written over here. This means an organization can either be a profit-making organization, or it can also be a not-for-profit organization. There is no particular single element stating that organization should only be profit seeking, or organization should only be not for profit seeking. Organization can either be a profit seeking organization, or it can be a not for profit seeking organization as well. So examples of organization, again, we have got charity organization, we have got accountancy firms, we have got manufacturing organization, so on and so forth. There are thousands of examples of organization. We have got service industry, we have got charity, we have got accounting firms, we have got manufacturing firms, and so on and so forth. There are many organizations that are existing in this world. Why do we need an organization? Now let me I need response from you guys. Why do we need an organization? Why is it so that we are basically in need of organization? Yes. Why do we need organization? बताओ भाई. Let me know, why do we need an organization? Why is it so that why can't a single person create an organization? बच्चों, am I audible ना? बताइए, why do we need an organization? You can use the chat option. Okay, so I'm getting a response. Organization is needed because in order to, okay, so organization is needed in order to facilitate the working within the structure. Acha, whenever you are sending a message, make sure that you send it through everyone rather than sending it on private. So I guess आप everyone पे send करेंगे तो ज़्यादा बेहतर रहेगा. ठीक है? So let's move forward. क्या कहता है? कहता है examples of an organization. Why do we need an organization? We need an organization because organization enable people to, number one, because need of vast resources. Okay, so organization enable people to, number one, share skills and knowledge. Number two, specialize. Number three, pool in of resources. So let us discuss each and every point in detail. So the first point is share skills and knowledge. This enable people to perform the task that they would have been unable to perform on their own, together with sharing of knowledge between themselves, thus validating the concept of social learning. So organization validate the concept of social learning. What do you mean by social learning? Organization basically helps us in sharing our skills and knowledge. Organization basically helps us in sharing our skills and knowledge. So how do we share our skills, or how do we share our knowledge? Let us discuss. So organization enables the people to perform the task that they would have been unable to perform on their own, together with sharing of knowledge between themselves, so that they can share the knowledge, thus validating the concept of social learning. You try to validate the concept of, see, for example, my basic knowledge is all about accountancy, auditing. I have no knowledge about management, or I have no knowledge about, let's suppose, marketing. But when I entered into an organization, I entered into different organizations, I tend to learn new skills. There were people who made me, who basically taught me marketing skills. See, I learned 4 P's of marketing once I started working in an organization. So what you need to do, in order to share skills, in order to share knowledge, you need to operate within an organization. You need to enter into an organization, and thus, in order to, thus this will help you in validating the concept of social learning. A second thing, specialization. The concept of specialization. See, I can concentrate on a limited activity. For example, if I would have been teaching at you guys privately, I would only have taught, let's suppose, the strategic business leadership subject. Now, due to the fact that I am associated with Mirchawala Hub of Accountancy, that is located in Karachi, Pakistan, I am getting a chance of teaching not only SBL but also related subjects. For example, I'm teaching F1, there is accounting in business. Along with this, I'm teaching F4, that is corporate law. So I can specialize in different subjects just because of organization. Individual can concentrate on a limited type of activity. This allow them to specialize and to build up greater level of skills and knowledge. Due to the fact that I'm specializing in the theoretical subject, that is accounting in business, that is corporate law, along with the strategic business leadership paper or strategic business leader paper, I am able to upgrade my skills, I'm able to upgrade my knowledge than they would have if they attempted to be good at everything. I can't be good at everything, but due to the fact that organization and continuous repetitive sessions of SBL, this is not my first session of SBL. I've been teaching this subject since way too long. Now, repetitive sessions of SBL, continuous sessions of SBL. So each and every session of SBL is far better than the previous one. So I don't attempt to be good at everything, but after rigorous practicing, after continuous taking continuous classes, continuous session, I can say one thing, that okay, I'm good at, let's suppose, a particular subject, that is SBL. I'm good at teaching SBL. So this basically helps me in specializing my special knowledge in regard with this. So moving forward, remember that this specialization can be achieved in attainment with the collective goals. Example may include corporate sector training. How to achieve or how to attain these goals? Basically, organization helps you in providing you corporate sector trainings. They provide you numerous amount of trainings. They provide you thousands and thousands of opportunity to train yourself. They provide you millions of opportunities to make yourself better, in order to equip yourself with new skills. Basically, when I belong to an accounting background, I belong to an auditing background. So I've been told, okay, Bilal, now you are going for a training session on IFRS 16 or on IAS 36 or on IAS 38. So I continuously keep on learning so that my learning doesn't stop. And this is all because of the organization where I'm working or the organization where I'm teaching. Just because of the fact that I'm in teaching business or I'm in auditing or accounting business, so I can basically specialize or get well equipped with different skills and resources just because of organizational element. Moving forward, pooling of resources. Basically, organization see, if I would have started my business on my own, I would have lagged. There would have been a lacking of, let's suppose, time. There would have been a lacking of finance. There would have been lacking of knowledge. Let's suppose I'm about to start my own institute, so I can teach well the financial accounting subjects. I may teach well the theoretical, that is SBL and F1 subject, but I am not a good teacher. Maybe it isn't the reality, but maybe I'm not a good teacher of costing. Maybe I'm not a good teacher of taxation. I'm a very good teacher of law. So these are the aspects that help us in bringing up the organization. If I would have started my own institute would have been a better place only for the theoretical and financial accounting subject. And in order to study for the other subjects, people would have chosen some other institute. So due to the fact that I am associated with Mirchawalas, and in Mirchawalas there are many other teachers who are teaching the cost accounting subject. There are teachers who are specialized in, let's suppose, financial accounting subject. There is me who specialized in theoretical subject. There's me who specialized in law subject. There's a person who specialized in the taxation subject as well. So they pool in the resources. Organization is a place where different people pool in their different resources, and thus these resources are not only pooled in by different persons, but they are also controlled by someone who is supervising the organization. Moving forward, I hope so. You guys are clear about why do we need an organization. We have studied about the concept of synergy. We know it well, what synergy means. Moving forward, what are the different types of organization that are existent in the general format? So there are two different types of organization. Number one is the commercial organization, and number two is the not-for-profit organization. Normally, you generally see these two types of organization: commercial organization and the not-for-profit organization. So what are the commercial organization, or what is the meaning of commercial organization, and what do you mean by the not-for-profit organization? Let us discuss. Now, commercial organization are profit seeking. Their main objective is maximization of profit and minimization of cost. Example of commercial organization, generally we want to know what example of commercial. Now if you name any commercial organization that is there within your environment, you can basically get through the name of different types of commercial organization. But namingly some of the organizations that are existent in Pakistan, I'm naming them. We normally have Unilevers, we have got PSO, we have Shell, we have Baico, we have K Electric. There are many companies whose major aim is to earn profit. Their major aim is profit seeking, that is maximization of profit and minimization of cost. What they are trying to do is they are maximizing the profit and minimization of the cost. Now, sir, are there any further types of commercial organization? Obviously, there are many types of commercial organization. Generally, I'm naming few of them and I'll be discussing them in detail. The first and the foremost type of commercial organization is the sole trader. Now, what is a sole trader? One man show. Basically, a sole trader is a one man show. It is owned and controlled by one single person. There's only one single person controlling the entire organizational structure. So owned and run by one single person, one man show, single owner of all the profit. Each and every profit is being earned and controlled and owned by one single owner. Less government interventions. There is no government interventions or very less government intervention. Normally, if you want to open a shop, you just go and get that shop either on rent or purchase that shop, and you can start your business. You don't need to register your business. Especially in Pakistan, you don't need to register your business because it's a small size business owned and run by one single person. So you can open a grocery shop, a green grocery shop, and any other, let's suppose, particular shops for the purpose of running the business. So a commercial organization is someone whose major objective is the maximization of profit and minimization of cost. You've heard about different types of commercial organization. Now, how many of you know about the concept of unlimited liability? And what do you mean by unlimited liability? Yes. Okay, so unlimited liability means, what do you mean by unlimited liability? Okay, should I repeat? Okay, sole trader. So sole trader is owned and run by one single person. There is only one man show. There is only one single person who is running the entire organization. Single owner of all the profit. Each and every profitability of the sole trader is just taken home by one single person who is running the organization, who is running the entire profitability. Less government intervention. There is very few government intervention. The government don't tend to intervene with sole trader, because let's suppose if you want to start your own business, you just go and rent out a shop, or you could just go and buy a particular shop and you can start your own business without any government intervention. Especially talking about Pakistan, there is very, very, very less government intervention involved. Now, and last but not the least, unlimited liability. Now, what do you mean by unlimited liability? Sir, by word unlimited liability, I mean, what do you mean by unlimited liability? Can you guys explain what is the concept of unlimited liability? Can any one of you explain, please? If you guys know. Okay. Personally liable. No. Uh, if he goes bankrupt, okay, you are trying to say if he goes bankrupt, then he is responsible for overall. Okay, all losses are borne by the owner. Yes, all losses are borne by the owner. Acha, can you tell me your name, please, GS? Can you tell me your full name, please? So, what unlimited liability means in the case of winding up? In the case of winding up, the owner shall be personally liable for all the liabilities that he owns. The owner shall be personally liable in the case of winding up. Now, what do you mean by in the case of winding up, the owner shall be personally liable? Let us discuss. Let's suppose the assets of a particular sole trader is, let's suppose, 300,000. The total worth of the assets of a particular sole trader is 300,000 rupees, and the total liabilities of a person is the total liabilities of that particular, okay, the total liabilities of a particular person is, let's suppose, 400,000. Now, in this case, the business is going through crisis and the business is about to go bankrupt, and we are considering to close down this business. Now, the sole trader is considering to close down this business, and he not only considered to cut down his business or shut down his business, he has also tried shutting it down. So, while shutting it down, all the liability owners or all the persons who owe liability to this particular sole trader, they came up to this particular person and they asked for the amount of money. They said, okay, so you had taken 400,000 from us. Now you are liable for that 400,000. Give us 400,000. Sole trader said, okay, I have got this shop and all the assets that are there within the shop. Acha, can you give me 5 minutes? I'm returning back in 5 minutes. Okay? Just give me not 5 minutes, basically 1 minute. I'm returning back in